Welcome back to WikiLert.
Imagine this, a quiet night in a run-down apartment building, the kind where the walls hold secrets and the air hangs heavy with unspoken pain. That's where we find Robert McCall, played by the incomparable Denzel Washington, in one of the most gut-wrenching and raw scenes from the Equalizer 2. If you've seen the film, you know the one, The Apartment. Confrontation that isn't just a fight, but a reckoning, a father's fury unleashed on behalf of the innocent. Today, we're diving deep into this moment, peeling back the layers to understand why it hits so hard, why it lingers like a shadow in your mind long after the credits roll. It's more than violence on screen. It's a portrait of justice, grief, and the unbreakable human spirit that Denzel brings to life with every steely glance and measured breath. Let's set the stage, because context is everything in a story like this. Robert McCall isn't your average hero. He's a retired Black Ops legend, a man who's danced with death so many times it's become an old friend. In the first Equalizer, we saw him step out of the shadows to balance the scales for the forgotten. Now, in the sequel, he's trying to leave that life behind, driving for Lyft, timing his books at the local bookstore, mentoring a young kid named Miles who's got more talent than trouble should allow. But the world doesn't let men like McCall retire quietly. It pulls him back in, one injustice at a time. And this apartment scene? It's the spark that reignites that fire, the moment where McCall realizes the scales are tipping dangerously out of balance again. It starts innocently enough, or as innocent as things get in McCall's orbit. He's picking up a a young woman named Alina, played with heartbreaking vulnerability by Annalyn McCord. She's shaken, her eyes darting like a cornered animal, but she tries to play it cool as they chat in the back of his car. McCall, ever the observer, clocks the signs, the way her voice trembles when she mentions her friends, the fresh bruises blooming like cruel flowers on her skin. As a Lyft driver, he's seen it all, lost souls navigating the night, but this one cuts deeper. Alina's not just any passenger, she's a survivor on the edge, and McCall's quiet empathy draws out her story. She confesses in halting whispers about the assault, the betrayal by so-called friends who turned a night out into a nightmare. You can feel the weight of it in the silence that follows, the kind of silence that screams. McCall doesn't pry or preach, he just listens, his face a mask of controlled storm clouds, promising her in that gravelly voice that things will be made right. It's a vow, unspoken but ironclad, the first thread in a tapestry of vengeance. But McCall being McCall, he doesn't stop at words. He digs methodically, like the operative he once was. He tracks down the perpetrators, not hardened criminals, but privileged Wall Street bros, the kind who think money and arrogance make them untouchable. These aren't faceless goons. They're real, their entitlement dripping from every smug laugh and designer suit. And that's what makes this scene so visceral. It's not abstract evil, it's the banality of cruelty, the way ordinary men can unleash hell on the vulnerable. McCall arrives at their high-rise apartment building under the cover of night, his silhouette cutting through the rain-slicked streets like a blade. The elevator ride up is tense, almost meditative. Denzel's close-up, eyes reflecting the flickering lights, building that dread in your chest. You know what's coming, but the anticipation coils tighter with every floor. The door opens, and there they are, four of them, lounging in a haze of booze and bravado, oblivious to the storm about to break. The leader, a slick-haired type with a smirk that could curdle milk, eyes McCall like he's some errand boy. "Who the hell are you?" he sneers, but McCall doesn't rise to the bait. Not yet. He steps inside, calm as a priest entering confession, and closes the door with a soft click that echoes like a gavel. What follows is pure, unfiltered poetry in motion, Denzel's monologue, delivered with that trademark intensity, low and lethal. Each word a loaded chamber. "You know, I used to think the world was a fair place," he begins, his voice steady but laced with sorrow, "but then I saw what you did to her." He circles them slowly, not with aggression, but with the weight of judgment, recounting the assault and chilling detail, not to sensationalize, but to force them to confront the wreckage they've left behind. And here's where the emotion really grips you, like a hand around your throat. McCall isn't just angry, he's heartbroken. For Alina, yes, but for every Alina out there, the girls, the women, the kids whose cries go unheard because the powerful turn a blind eye. Denzel's performance sells it. His eyes, those deep wells of pain and resolve, flicker with the ghosts of his own losses. Remember Susan, his old friend and confidant, whose murder later in the film shatters him. This scene foreshadows that grief, showing us a man who's lost his wife, his daughter to distance, and now fights to fill the void with purpose. As he speaks, you feel the tremor in his soul. The way vengeance isn't glory for him. It's catharsis, a way to stitch together the frayed edges of a broken world. The camera lingers on his face, rain dripping from his coat, mixing with the sweat of restrained fury, and it's electric. You lean in, breath held, because you know these men don't stand a chance, but more than that, you feel the moral gravity pulling you under. Then, the shift, the calm before the annihilation. McCall offers them a choice, a twisted mercy. Born of his code, pick a hand, he says, his tone deceptively even. They laugh at first, that hollow bark of men who think they're predators, but the laughter dies quick when he demonstrates. One by one, he dismantles them, not with flashy acrobatics, but with brutal efficiency, the kind honed in shadows and silence. A bookend cracks a jaw, a corkscrew finds flesh, and the room erupts into chaos that's over in seconds, yet feels eternal. Blood spatters the pristine walls, furniture shatters like illusions, and the soundtrack, a haunting piano, underscoring the frenzy, amplifies the horror. It's not glorified. Director Antoine Fuqua films it. Raw, handheld shots capturing the desperation, the pleas turning to gurgles. One guy begs, "We're sorry," but McCall's response is ice. Too late. And in that moment, as the last one crumples, you feel it, the cathartic release, the scales tipping back, if only for a breath. But let's pause here, because explaining the scene isn't just about the what, it's about the why it resonates so deeply. On the surface, it's vigilante justice, a crowd pleaser in an action flick. Dig deeper, though, and it's a meditation on power imbalances, on how society fails its most fragile. These attackers represent the unchecked elite, the ones who prey because they can, and McCall? He's the equalizer, the everyman avenger who reminds us that true strength isn't in dominance, but in protection. Denzel's portrayal adds layers of humanity, flashes of doubt in his eyes, a hesitation before the final blow that make you question, is this heroism or hubris? Does balancing the scales make him whole, or just hollow him out further? And for Alina, that quiet resolution later, when McCall checks in and sees her healing, it's a balm, a whisper that one man's stand can ripple into light. Emotionally, it's devastating because it mirrors our own rage at injustices we can't touch, at the helplessness that gnaws. Yet it's hopeful too, igniting that spark. What if we all had a little McCall in us, stepping up when the world turns blind? As the scene fades, McCall walks out into the night, unscathed but forever marked, the rain washing away the evidence, but not the echo. It's a turning point in the film, propelling him toward greater storms, but stand alone. It's a masterpiece of tension and heart. If you're a fan of Denzel's work, scenes like this are why he endures, raw, real, reminding us cinema can wound and heal in the same breath. If this breakdown stirred something in you, hit that like button to let me know, and subscribe for more deep dives into the moments that make movies unforgettable. Your support keeps these stories alive. Thanks for watching.